If Trump is arrested, how do you think his supporters will react? It's baffling that he still has supporters tbh. How many people cared about George W. Bush after he left office? I miss the days when the president left office and we all forgot about them. His simps are still hanging on, it's sad. My understanding is extradition is only to confirm the court has the right person. It's about identity. Not sure any judge will go astray of that rule. Otherwise, you are correct. It will be very underwhelming. Presumably, Tuesday is relevant because it's the day he's supposed to turn himself in. Otherwise, why would he even have a date? And while we're all distracted by the media circus that will inevitably occur, Republican governments across the country will continue to pass additional draconian laws that will go unnoticed by the masses. Wow, someone with an actually reasonable take. Congrats. This is logic. However, it's not outside of reason that Trump will not act in a logical way. There is a very real possibility he will January 6th himself up in a building or something and police will have difficulty reaching him. The DO will contact his lawyers to let them know they have issued an arrest warrant and they will schedule a date for Trump to turn himself in. He goes to the police on that, he's fingerprinted, mugshot taken and processed. He'll then be arraigned and released on his own recognizance. This is what would have happened before he tried to start another riot. It's up in the air now what the judge will do now that he's made it clear he has no problem being a threat to the public if left free. You're operating under the assumption he'll be cooperative though. What happens if he does blow this up and force them to come get him? You don't realize that not even that is gonna happen. My money is on no arrest warrant materializing. If you read extradition law, there are limited and clear cases where a state may block extradition, such as the paperwork being wrong and mistaken identity. None seem to be relevant here. Not a lawyer though. You are wrong. They will go at night to his penthouse suite and send solidars through a halo jump using magnets to hold onto the side of his building. They will have all exits covered, and will probably flashbang his room to disorient him. 10 men will rush in and pin him to the floor, and providing that they can hold him, another man will use a high-caliber elephant gun to subdue him. If all of that fails, they will gas his room to knock him out. He will then be transported underground in handcuffs preventing any more movement than a breath, and will be held at the bottom of the ocean to await his trial via video call. The difference here is that Bush wasn't running for office when he left his term. Trump has been looking for his second term since day one of his first term. Also a huge difference in the impact social media has in our lives between Bush/Trump. I'm not even sure if he's actually getting arrested. He's probably broke again and just needs to grift some money, so he's inventing some crisis to get these idiot fucks to give him money again. I have an acquaintance who's borderline obsessed with Trump. Trump profile pic on FB, mega covers, regular Trump posts, the whole thing. We're European. The man's cult of personality is utterly baffling. Yes, but Trumpism is a cult of personality. They care nothing about the office of the president, they just adore Trump no matter what he does. It's a symptom of narcissism. These people just can't admire they backed the wrong horse and now will do anything to make it seem like they weren't actually wrong. Because he can rerun and potentially have another 4 years while most of the past presidents used up all their time. Same simps that are in women's messages day after day even though the woman never replies. Yes. They will hold on. I think it's hardly baffling that he still has supporters. He started a cult. People don't realize how anticlimactic it will be. Trump and others and making a big show saying the FBI is going to bust down his door at Mar-a-Lago and drag him away in handcuffs. That won't happen. The DO will contact his lawyers to let them know they have issued an arrest warrant and they will schedule a date for Trump to turn himself in. He goes to the police on that, he's fingerprinted, mugshot taken and processed. He'll then be arraigned and release on his own recognizance. All this will be worked out beforehand by his lawyers and the DA. He might fight extradition in Florida and possibly win with the right judge. But then he will be arrested whenever he goes back to NYC, which he has to at some time. Even once he's arraigned, it will take years for the case to go anywhere. Case in point, Ken Paxton has been awaiting trial for years. This is just home making noise for his constituents.